Hello, Logo 304. Time for the latest edition of the Business Manager Report. Things are really busy. Got a letter in the mail from a construction company that had been successful in getting a wind farm up north of Topeka, and so we're working through that now, trying to see if we can meet the conditions. So sounds like a good opportunity for more work, and still hoping that grain belt's going to come through. Had some discussion with a union contractor that thought they were still on the top of the bid list. So, that's been in the works for so many years. Some of that's fallen off. So, anxious to get that work, but currently still have about 475 working in the outside unit. So that's good for this time of year. Most of our tree trimmers are not working in the state. I got a lot working in Michigan and other areas. So. Good that everybody's staying employed, I guess, is the bottom line. Along the line of line clearance, we did open line clearance negotiations last week. We'll have another meeting this week. Obviously, the proposals are of the same venue, looking at how we can deal with the headquarters and the continual movement of those headquarters, wages, benefits, not a lot of other individual contractual language. So I assume we'll have a successful agreement, and we'll keep you informed as we move forward on that. I guess the thing that I'd encourage all my line clearance members again is that the dues issue is still out there. So it sure would be nice if you would maintain your membership here by paying your per capita instead of having that payroll deduction, and then the working assessments will be paid to whatever local you're working out of. I know the company had a proposal about that, saying they're going to pay the per capita to whatever local you're working out of, and the per capita should come out of here. That's what keeps you as a member here. So if you got any questions about that, give me, Chris, David, Nicole, any one of us a call, and we can set you up on how you can pay your per capita across the counter. All construction unit members pay their dues that way, so it's not hard at all, and it sure would simplify the issue on dues for line clearance. One of the things I'd like to do different in 2021 is that better utilization of our apps, and especially with having both Evergy, Westar Evergy, Wolf Creek Evergy, Kansas Gas contracts all opening up this year. Those are our big contracts affecting 1,000 members, 1,500 members. So I'd really like to be able to correspond with you while we're at the table. If I get something from the company that I want to run to ground, it's real easy with this app that I can shoot it out to you. On our webpage, we do those survey monkeys. And so the thing that you need to be able to participate in those is you got to know your membership number. And so what I'd like to offer is that at the Business Manager Report in January, and I'd say it'd be towards the end of January, second, third week of January when I do the report. The next report I'll give you an exact date, but give you time in order for you to do this. But for everyone that calls in, gives their membership number, saying enter me into this drawing, then I'll take all those membership numbers, put them in a random number generator, and I'll pick a winner at the next at that January business manager meeting, and you'll get a bag of IBEW swag. So I didn't even think about that rhyming that way. So have a t-shirt in there, maybe some golf balls, a knife, just some IBEW swag. So we'll put that together. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go one step further. I'll put it together, and at the business manager meeting in report in January, I'll show you what's in the bag and then tell you what day we're going to make the drawing. So you can start now in calling in, giving us your membership number, and that way we can enter you into that drawing. Speaking of drawings, the other thing that's important that we're going to do is we have these Union Sportsman Alliance calendars, and those calendars are for sale for $35. What happens with that calendar is you can enter into a 2-gun-a-week raffle for the year of 2021 through Union Sportsman Alliance. But from Local 304, for every purchase of a calendar, it'll enter you into a raffle for some Orca cooler swag. So we've got 2 Orca coolers. We have, with each of those Orca coolers, they kicked in some water bottles. So I actually have 6 drawings throughout the month of 2021 for the coolers and for the water bottles. So what I want to do is in February's local meeting, we will draw from the folks that purchased the calendars, we'll draw for the first Orca cooler. So you need to get that calendar purchased so you can call the hall. We can take your credit card over the phone and send you out that calendar, or stop by the hall and purchase a calendar. So you got to be a 304 member in order to be entered into the 304 raffle for those Orca coolers. As I understand, the Union Sportsman Alliance allows even friends of Union to enter into the 2 gun a week raffle. But calendar's going fast. We're already down to about half of the 100 that we purchased. So please get in on that and look for that drawing for that Orca cooler in February. This year, as I just said, is going to be a busy year with the contracts we have coming open. So what we've decided to do is we're going to start taking the Kansas Gas Service proposals during the unit meetings in January, which would end at the February local meeting. And then at that time we will, and large committee at the units. And so then hold our large committee meeting then at the, I think it's February the 27th. And then we're going to do the same thing with Evergy Westar, start taking proposals through the February units and end at the March local, and then have the large committee meeting on March 27th. I believe the local dates are February the 11th and March the 11th, respectively. So be looking for that. I know we put out a steward comm also, so start preparing yourself. We've got proposal forms that the assistants have and are available. So get a hold of us. We'll get you out a proposal form. All we need really is your name, contact information, the article that you want to propose a change to, and the justification for that. If you're not a member of the large committee, don't get elected onto that large committee from your unit, then we may have to call you, and that's why we need contact information during the large committee if we have questions about your proposal. So please, members, this is the time to be active in your local union and make sure that we have the right voice whenever we're looking at contractual changes. Along the COVID front, things have slowed down a little bit here at Local 304. We had that Thanksgiving spike hit, and we were averaging anywhere from 12 to 15 for a couple of weeks. Things have slowed down, so that's a good thing. I hope y'all are remaining safe out there. The employers are still all abuzz about the masks and mandating the masks, and that obviously creates a stir in the membership. The other big thing going on is vaccination. Lots of discussion about where we fit into the opportunity and how employers look at it for recommendation or mandating. So out for legal interpretation. I've heard it across the board. So just keep watching. You know, you and I have talked about this since March or April, whenever this first started, that employers were utilizing some legal interpretation on how they manage their essential workers, and certainly that viewpoint hasn't changed with the vaccination. So we have not had a trial case yet on how we're gonna adjudicate somebody who has a job impact based on a mask or a vaccination, but it feels like it's probably just a heartbeat away. Also, the International Convention is later this year. Some of the calls I've been on, it looks like there's still some concern about the first half of the year and what the big conferences that we always attend, Utility Conference and Progress Meeting and others, may not happen at the beginning of the year. There's no guarantee yet that the International Convention will even be held in person. It might end up, as we did the organizing conference last year, as being a virtual meeting. But at any rate, we have to have delegates, and we have to be credentialed by June for those delegates. So we will be holding our election this year. If our membership stays at the rate it is now, we'll be looking at having 8 delegates. So we'll be electing 7 as I go as a business manager, and so we will be opening up the nominations at the April local meeting. And so you'll get notification 20 days prior to that of those nominations. And anybody that can't attend the local in person should have a letter in expressing their desire to be nominated or accepting the nomination as a delegate. Have somebody nominate you for that position, and then we'll vote that just like we did last year with the officer election. So along that same line, we'll be looking for a judge and a couple of tellers. The bylaws say that the president will appoint the judge and tellers at the February local meeting. So lots of cool stuff going on with the local union, your local union. I want to take just 1 second of personal privilege and tell you that from everyone, from the unit chairs, the stewards, the members, the officers and staff of this local union, thank you for everything that you did to make this the best IBEW local union in the state. Moving the labor movement forward, you guys are the bomb. So thank you very much. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I may talk to you before the New Year, so I may get to tell you Happy New Year one more time, and y'all can tell me happy birthday. So sign off. I will talk to you soon. Thank you, Local 304.